The delay is 10 seconds. Why does that surprise me each time? But it doesn't really matter anymore. Hello everyone, whether you are watching live or after the fact, you will find the timestamps in the description below. And thank you so much for watching. Please give this stream a like. It helps me out a lot. And for those of you who are live, we are on track to start at 10 p.m. sharp. Maybe 10:01, but I doubt it. In the meantime, you know what to do. Enjoy the music of Otis McDonald, and I'll see you in a couple minutes. Alright. By alright, I mean right on time. Hello, everyone. My name is Sydney. Welcome to the SydStream. It's almost certainly going to be a short show tonight. There is something, actually, let me start by stopping the music suddenly. There is something. Hello, Breck. I am well. Thank you for asking. I will just adjust that door. It's bugging me. So I will, the start of this stream was almost perfect, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. I'll be right back. Yeah. That works. All right. Yeah, tonight is almost certainly going to be a shorter stream, but it should still be good, or at least as good as usual. Take that for whatever it's worth. So yeah, I will. This is the last stream, and my explanation as to why will be the last segment. So on that note, I'll dive into it a little bit. But first, a sip of water. Hey. All right. So before I get started, there were a couple things I wanted to talk about. And actually, let me prepare this right here. I have spoken about I've spoken about wrestling on this channel before. Exactly once before, or maybe throughout the course of this stream I have too. But I'm specifically thinking about the segment that I did in my bathroom many years ago. But the reason I am talking about it again today is to just delve into some sad news. Legendary pro wrestler Scott Hall passed away yesterday. On Sunday, while I was at a party with my family, having a good time, Scott Hall was having 3 heart attacks and would end up being on life support, and his family took him off life support yesterday. I don't know exactly when he passed, but it was you know, whenever someone dies, it's interesting to see their reaction. I mean, people do have a tendency to be extra nice to people who are dead when they pass away. However, you can kind of feel when someone was genuinely appreciated while they were alive, and it was really cool to see all this outpouring of love for Scott Hall and his family. I gotta say, and this is true whether it's wrestling, whether I know the person or not, it always shakes me a little whenever I see someone who's younger than I am die. Now, Scott Hall was older than I am. Yes, R.I.P. Razor Ramon. Scott Hall was older than I am. However, 63 is too young to die. 63 is still young, and it's a shame. And yeah, the hello, Brad. The thing is, what makes Scott Hall's passing a little more personal to me, like Razor Ramon was never my favorite wrestler. I liked him a lot. However, it's what makes this feel so weird to me is that I was already a fan of wrestling when Razor Ramon made his debut in the WWF at the time. So in that regard, like the mere fact that you end up working for Vince McMahon strongly suggests, especially back then, it's basically impossible. There was no developmental wrestling back then. I doubt there was some indie wrestling. This was outgrowing out of the territory days. So the mere fact that you're working in the WWF at that time means that you were already like you already had notches on your belt and were already an accomplished enough wrestler to become to come on Vince McMahon's radar. However, Mr. Perfect is another example. Kurt Hennig, for sure, he was an accomplished wrestler even before coming to the WWF. But you know, Vince loves to rebrand things and copyright them and kind of slap the shackles on you. Your only out is to somehow make such a big name under your real name that he can't just rebrand you. It wouldn't be good. Anyway, the bottom line is it feels weird to see a wrestler that I saw debut in the WWF pass away like this. And again, he was never my favorite wrestler as Razor Ramon, but he was still really cool. Like I've probably done the one of his things that he would often do in the ring is to do the stomping fists and then strike in a pose like that. And I've certainly done this many times in high school back in the day and shit like that. And on top of it, you know, the bottom line is when he and Kevin Nash left for WCW, the New World Order is probably the best thing that's ever happened in WCW. That storyline was amazing. And as much as it grew and that like a lot of people were in the NWO, you know, Hogan joined very soon. Macho Man was in it. A bunch of old WWF people and old WCW people ended up in it. But it started with Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. And anyone who's associated with that or who was fortunate enough to participate in the NWO, for sure that was such a special time. And again, I think it's clear to everyone that that was probably the best thing that's ever happened in WCW. I wasn't planning on playing it, but I will show we're not going to watch all of this, but Hulk Hogan gave a speech in his bar. Let's listen to a little excerpt.
Thank you guys for being here. We appreciate every one of you Hulkamaniacs. For life, brother.
Yeah, for life.
A short while ago, a good friend of mine just passed away, Scott Hall. So in Jesus' name I pray, thank you, God, for taking care of my...
I don't know for sure how old Hulk Hogan is, but I'm pretty sure what I said earlier about how I'm always a little shaken when someone younger than I am dies. I'm sure that Hulk Hogan must feel that way. On top of them having been close friends, like if it's a close friend who's younger than I am who dies, that hits that much harder, you know.
Brother, he took care of me when I was down and out. Everybody thought Hulkamania was dead. Scott Hall resurrected me. He put me back on the map. I love him so much I can't even explain it to you. He had a bunch of faults. Yep. Hello? He had a bunch of faults, but he was a good guy. I just want to let everybody know here. I just want to let everybody know here tonight that he's in our thoughts.
Okay, then he had technical issues. He changes his mic, and again, I wasn't planning on watching this at all, but yeah, I will end on one thing because again, in any group activity or in any social setting, you're gonna have cliques that form, and Scott Hall and Kevin Nash were part of a clique. I believe they were called the Wolf Pack even before NWO. I'm pretty sure that's where the NWO Wolf Pack got its name. It was from the Wolf Pack back in WWF. And I must say, I completely forgot about Triple H until I saw him post this. I'm gutted, lost a brother. I love you, Scott. I'll see you down the road. These 5 people were the clique or the circle of friends who would all end up becoming legends. And yeah, it's very weird to be doing this segment and to have lost him. But hey, all I know is he will be missed. You know, I've said twice that he was never my favorite wrestler as Razor Ramon. However, holy shit, did that NWO arc, that was historical. It probably, I mean, the NWO arc led to the Monday Night Wars, which probably led into the Attitude Era after after WCW was acquired by WWE. I am not a wrestling historian, but as far as chunks of history go, though, those things seem to fit. And yeah, it's a real shame. So R.I.P. Scott Hall. Hey, yo, up in heaven. And I'll miss you, along with a bunch of other people. You will be missed. All right. And hello to Frank and Dar Shady. Explaining why I'm ending the stream is going to be the last segment. So I just want to talk about one other thing. This should be short, and then we'll get right into it. There will be no Stardew Valley tonight. Actually, yeah, the golden age of wrestling. Absolutely, Henry. The only reason there won't be any Stardew Valley is because I have the feeling that I lose a lot of people when I start playing, and I want people who watch this VOD to watch all the way until the end. So that's why I'm not doing it. But maybe if I'm playing Stardew Valley on a Saturday night, I might like pop up, open. I might like fire up OBS and go live. We'll see. All right, let me just make sure I have everything. Oh, wait, I have one more thing to talk about. How silly of me. This shouldn't be very long, but it is fascinating to me when things like this happen, because I have been a fan of this guy for a while. And, oh, wait a second. Nope, you know what? I'm saving that story for another time. Or maybe after this segment, before I start the final segment. So yeah, Viva Frei. I was scrolling on Twitter yesterday, and I noticed this tweet from Viva Frei. Classic Wikipedia lies. Apparently, I have ties to the far right. Those ties consist of a channel on Rumble where I post the same content I post on YouTube. Oh yeah, I was featured on W5. There is no logic to lies. The power lies in the accusation. Now, here's the thing. I like Viva Frei, so I will not elaborate on this. However, I must say, as soon as I saw this tweet, and I almost wanted to respond to it saying what I won't even say on stream now, but the case that Viva Frei has ties to the far right, let's say in the eye of public perception, is stronger than he is letting on here. However, I will say the saving grace for this tweet here is that the ties to the far right section made a much weaker case than they could have. They could make a much more solid case in this allegation, let's call it. And again, I will not say what they are, but there are two things that Viva Frei has done publicly. And although I would not consider it entirely fair to categorize those things as being far right, One of them is a much stronger looking case than the other one. But yeah, this is an old revision. In the current wiki version, this part has been removed. Where is it? Ties to the far right. So Fahrenheit is associated with the Fahrenheit is associated and popular with the far right. Ah, geez. Who wrote this? God damn it. This sentence right here makes what he was saying here. There is no logic to lies. The power lies in the accusation. Absolutely true. What a fucking weak ass case. If you wanted to character assassinate him by tying him to the far right, I'm really disappointed in whoever wrote this, because you could have done a much better job citing explicit things that he's documented. But anyway, let's continue. Particularly on Rumble, where he has a large base of support. So basically, their evidence is that he has a large Rumble site. Fahrenheit attended and live streamed multiple days of the Canada Convoy protests. He was featured on W5, where they showcased him and his involvement with the protests and Rumble. So, Jesus Christ. I could have read it off here, but I wanted to show it to you on the wiki. What a major fumble that whoever wrote this did, because if you're gonna come at David, you could have done a better job than he live streamed the protest and has a big Rumble page. Jesus Christ. But again, I will not say the two other things that I'm thinking of, because I like David. I like him a lot, and I don't want to, put it out there the better way that this thing could have been made. But yeah, if you're gonna character assassinate someone, do it right, is my message to whoever wrote this. This is not good at all. And I think on that note, I'm going to prepare the last segment and get into it. Just give me a second. There we go. Won't be too long. I know I don't have much to prepare, but I want to take the time to do it right, you know? Before I start, I just want to show you, let me This isn't the first or this isn't the last time you will take a peek behind the scenes tonight, but I just I thought this was funny that the name I decided to name this segment I Quit. I thought that was funny, and I still do, clearly. Let me just put this to normal size and then we can begin. Good. Stardew Saturday sounds good to me. I don't know how consistent I would be at it, but it's a possibility. I don't know yet. I'm not there, but it should be clear by the time I'm done. Oh, yeah. Oh, great. Wait. What a fitting end. Okay, my lower third's not working. Let's forget that. So, man, when did I start this stream? On the 1st January of 2021, the first Tuesday. Let me get the specific date. I'm gonna need it for later anyway. This is, man, the funny thing is, this segment is one of the more prepared that I've had in a while. Let me just get the specific date and then I can begin for real. This. There we go, January 12th. So I will put that in my notes. Like so. So yeah, about a year and 2 months ago, almost exactly, began the journey of the SydStream, which you are watching right now, or at least a segment from it. And it is with a happy heart that I am pulling the plug on this. I will begin by saying what made me decide to do this. And the funny thing is, I reached the conclusion that I have to put an end to this stream last Tuesday in the afternoon, about 5 or 6 hours before going live last week. And what triggered this was Mr. Beast's appearance on Joe Rogan. Here I am making a joke that Mr. Beast is bigger than Joe Rogan, so by him going on Joe's show, he's platforming Joe. That's the joke. And it was really fascinating to watch that episode. I highly recommend it if you make content, or if you like YouTube, or if you like Mr. Beast. This is a fantastic conversation. And something that was covered, which one would expect in any kind of interview like this, is that Joe asked what Mr. Beast's like origin story was, how he got into YouTube and that kind of thing. And the funny thing with Mr. Beast's origin story is that technically he got lucky, but also it's not luck at all. He worked hard for it. Here's what I mean. So he mentioned on that show that when he was, I think it was either 11 or 13 or something, when he was really young, he uploaded his first video to YouTube and it got 20,000 views. That is specifically what I'm referring to when I say that he got lucky, that his first video got 20,000 views. However, what that did was it triggered it got him hooked, basically. And he developed a magnificent obsession for YouTube. He went on to pretend to go to community college, lying to his parents about it, while basically using that time to figure out how to make it on YouTube. And he was obsessed with it. And the cool thing is that he also had a circle of friends who are also obsessed with figuring out how to grow and get big on YouTube. So there was that mastermind effect on top of it. And, you know, he grew to become Mr. Beast and one of the, how many subscribers does he have? I'm curious. Let's find out. Mr. Beast. 91 million subscribers, almost 92 million.
You said you're subscribed.
Yeah.
Prove it.
So 91 million, almost 92 million subscribers from that one video that went viral when he was in his teens to become a magnificent obsession. And speaking of, no, actually, let me stick with the Joe Rogan episode, because there was something that he said that brought me to the conclusion that I have to put an end to this stream, which is if you can figure out how to get 10% more people to watch your videos for 10% longer, that will 4x your views, because it's exponential. It those two little differences will have a huge impact down the line. And when I heard him say this, the first thing that I wanted to apply this to was my tarot channel. For those of you who may not be aware, I've been a tarot reader for about 8 years at this point, and in October, I decided to practice in public with a new tarot deck that I got. And my first tarot TikTok went viral. I spoke about it on this stream, and it made me realize how there's a lot of interest for this thing that I'm skilled in doing and that I enjoy doing for all sorts of reasons, which I will eventually talk about over there. And it's the tarot stuff combined with a project that I warned you about also when I started getting involved in it, which we shall call Project X. It ended up taking the distribution that I was aiming for ended up not being what I was hoping for. So just to illustrate with this pie chart here, what I was aiming for initially was that the tarot stuff and this stream and Project X would take up about a third of my spare time or spare mental energy each. However, the tarot stuff, my YouTube tarot channel has shown more promise in 4 months than this stream has in 14 months. And things, honestly, people, things are going so well on TikTok that it kind of makes every other platform that I'm on feel like a waste of time in comparison, especially Instagram. Holy shit. Every day I wonder why I continue to use Instagram. I guess it's for the nostalgia. I basically just repost other people's stories on Instagram, and that's like 99% of what I do there. And like, I enjoy consuming Instagram, but posting content on it feels like it makes little to no sense to me. Anyway, coming back to this pie chart here, as a result of the promise that my YouTube channel is showing, the other one, and TikTok, this wedge has been cutting into here like that. And on top of it, Project X, which, by the way, I feel truly honored to be involved in this project. It's not a secret, but it would feel weird to just say what it is. But let's just say that I get to work with someone that I've looked up to for years, maybe even 10 years. And to be in meetings with this guy on a regular basis, and to do something for him that he needs and is right up my alley is truly awesome. And another cool thing about Project X is that it's actually putting money in my pocket. Not a lot, but I have other opportunities to increase how valuable I am to this project, and therefore the money that gets put into my pocket as a result. So that is also cutting into this wedge here, leaving this teeny tiny little sliver here. And I gotta say, when I was covering the trucker convoy, posting the trucker convoy segments unedited was a deliberate decision. This was not laziness. This was not an autopilot thing. This was a calculated decision to be quick. I chose speed over quality deliberately because I still think that what I had to say about that convoy was important, and I needed to get it out there ASAP if I wanted to have a chance to steer the outcome towards, something a little more positive. But I gotta say, even despite the trucker convoy stuff, which I was super happy to cover, it was also a historic moment. There was timing involved, all that shit. It does feel like I've been on autopilot for a while as far as this stream is concerned, because I am hyper-focused on growing on TikTok. Now, let's circle back to Mr. Beast on Joe Rogan. This reminded me of, I know I never bring this guy up, but this reminded me of something that Scott Adams has said, which has been a keystone in my approach to life in general. So Mr. Beast was lucky enough that he developed a magnificent obsession at an age where he was able to capitalize and get the famous 10,000 hours to become world class at something. Now, that is one way to do it. However, the approach that Scott Adams is famous for putting forth is the talent stack approach. And I am not going to read this article because I read the book that he talks about the talent stack in. This is just here for your purposes if you want an introduction to what the talent stack is. I'm definitely going to watch this interview at some point later on. But he doesn't say it explicitly in this blog article. However, the way he says it in his book, it was something like Scott's law of success. Every skill that you acquire doubles your chances for success. And when I started this stream, no, sorry, let me rephrase that. The one of the main things that motivated me to start streaming on YouTube was to build that skill and add that skill to my talent stack. And the funny thing is, it integrates this part here. At least one of the skills in your mixture should involve communication, either written or verbal. Now add whatever your passion is, and you have two, because that's the thing, you easily put enough energy to reach the top 25%. If you have an aptitude for a third skill, perhaps business or public speaking, develop that too. So the goal is to become very good at two or more things. I think I have the capacity to be top 25% tarot. But even if I don't, it doesn't really matter, because by adding skills to my talent stack, it doubles the odds of me finding something that I am uniquely qualified for and become world class at that. And the funny thing is, my absolute top priority right now is to start live streaming on TikTok. For that, I need 1,000 followers, and I'm on track to do it. I would like to do it faster, and I am enjoying the process of figuring out how to do it faster. And one thing is for sure, once I'm able to live stream on TikTok, my experience doing this will help me enormously. And no matter what ends up happening, the mere fact that I've added the skill of live streaming and all the related skills, like figuring out how to use OBS Studio, figuring out proper mic technique, knowing how to set up a mic in OBS, all these things. Wait, I'll do this in real time. There you are. The fucking filter that I put on my camera to make it look better, that kind of stuff. And the funny thing is, something that I plan on doing, because this filter is from this generic pack that I downloaded and picked this one, but I can generate a custom one for this setup, for this room, which I eventually will get around to doing. But all that, you know, these are skills that I'm very happy to have developed, and that alone makes all of this worthwhile. Let me see where I'm at in my notes. Yeah, another thing that is difficult for me as far as this project is concerned is monetization. I think that there's no easy path to monetize with this stream. And I also have Project X, which is putting money in my pockets right now, a little bit, but still. And the thing I was planning on doing, well, the thing that I had my eye on as far as monetizing this stream was concerned was to start a Patreon. I've had that on my mind for a while, but the challenge in that is that the best ways to make a Patreon worth paying for people is to either have bonus content or extra access to you. So as far as bonus content is concerned, I could barely keep up with this channel on its own. So to add another job to it, that wasn't going to be an option. As far as access to me is concerned, most of the people in this chat have my phone number and could call me right now if they wanted to. Please don't. But as far as increasing your access to me, I doubt that I don't have anything to offer in that regard. And the funny thing is, as far as metrics go, it is clear that, you know, one of the main things that I wanted to do, that I set out to do with this stream, was to attract people to watch live. I put a lot of thought into figuring out how to get people or motivate people to show up live for the stream. And it is clear that I failed at that. I have like 3 regular chatters in my chat who are here live, and 2 of them are close friends of mine in real life, you know? So, hey, but the thing is, I know that my content isn't complete garbage, because although I have not done a good job at convincing people to show up live at 10 p.m., my VODs do pick up views after the fact, which suggests to me that there are people who want to watch what I'm doing. It's just that Tuesday nights at 10 isn't generally a good time for them. And also there's the fact that I'm competing with Tim Pool. I would wager that many people who find what I do interesting also find Tim Pool interesting, and I cannot win that fight. So yeah, there were those challenges. There's another challenge too, which we've seen glimpses of it in one of the introduction segments, which is I can't watch videos on stream, or at least I can't rely on it. And you gotta admit, if you're familiar with live streaming at all, not being able to watch videos on stream is a major obstacle. That's the meta of live streaming, certainly on Twitch, but I would assume in general, it wagers a lot on watching videos and reacting to them. So I'm really happy with the fact that I kept on trucking. And honestly, I was planning on continuing to keep on trucking. I enjoy this. I enjoy this enough to continue. It's just I need to free up some shelf space mentally and some time for the tarot stuff and Project X. However, wait, there's something else I wanted to say. Yeah, the funny thing is, like, with this setup, with my equipment, with my skills, I can still just record segments and make like videos. I plan on doing that. Probably not so much in the short term, but I don't plan on stopping making videos for this channel because I like political commentary. I enjoy it, and I want to continue talking about it. And I'm definitely going to geek out on comics. It'd be cool to actually talk about the X-Men, which I've hinted at for 14 months at this point, and have basically not said a damn word on them besides the fact that they're really cool, But yeah, that is basically it. So it is time to wrap it up. I will tell you a story. I've been aware of this story. This is one of these stories that you hear in self-help seminars and things like that. It's a very popular story by Zig Ziglar. And the story is, it's the Zig Ziglar pump handle story. If you search, not now, but if you search for Zig Ziglar pump handle story, you can see him tell the story. But the premise of that story, which again I've been aware of for a while, is that some cousin had a well in the desert and there was a pump there, and he would start pumping the handle and pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping, and nothing would happen. And at some point he got fed up of pumping the handle, and then he stopped. And when he stopped pumping the handle, one of the people who lived there ran towards him and said, "No, don't stop pumping." And the reason why he couldn't why it was a bad idea to stop pumping is because even though you couldn't see anything, there was water coming up the pipe to pour out of the faucet, and if you stop pumping, the water that was there will go all the way back to the bottom, and you basically have to start over from scratch. So that is the metaphor, the moral of that story, right? And I know that, as far as whether or not this stream was a success, it is far too early to call it. When I started last year, I wanted to do it for at least a year. And come January of this year, I saw no reason to stop. And I was doing tarot at the time. I don't think I had launched my YouTube tarot channel though. But yeah, it is far too early to call it. There's an expression that I think of a lot, which is you have to do the right things long enough consistently. The consistency, I got that down. I have not missed a Tuesday. And I've been, by the standards of streamers, I am excellent at starting on time. There's only one stream where I started over 20 minutes late, and I had a damn good reason for it too. So yeah. What else? Oh, how could I forget? I say I'm pulling the plug on this stream, but really, I would like to relaunch it at some point in the future. Relaunching this stream is a reward that I will give myself once the other things are in place. However, I say this having no idea what the impact will be of live streaming on TikTok, because again, I think I can crush it there. And I have no idea what the impact of that will be. But one thing is for sure, I fucking love shit posting on Twitter, and the part of me that loves shit posting on Twitter enjoys talking about the things that I talk about on this channel. So I don't think any of that is changing anytime soon. Part of me can't wait for a cancel mob to come at me for some edgy tweet that I tweeted like 3 years ago or something like that. But yeah, I think, is that it? Wait. I'll do this ceremoniously. And I will share this. I'll give you another peek behind the curtain. This is my Notion. And I am now setting the SydStream status from ongoing to someday maybe. And I will remove it from favorites, and there you go. Thank you so much for watching. If you, how can I say this? If you enjoyed this video, I do have other content on this video, including this one, which I'm sure you'll enjoy. Please click on the card right here to watch it. Thank you so much. I will see you soon. And that's the end of this segment. I will not wrap up the stream just yet. Will you post them to Facebook? Almost certainly, Breck. You're giving yourself a necessary break from this. Oh shit, I forgot to mention something. I'm not re-recording the segment, but those of you watching the VOD right now, this is bonus content for you. When I because again, I mentioned this, actually, no, fuck this. I'm gonna edit this anyway. So I forgot to mention something last week when I decided, because I mentioned I made this decision last week. Just to give you an idea of my headspace, I said to myself, oh, I got to stop the SydStream, but I'll give it another 3 months. I think I'll stop in June at some point. And then June became end of March, and I actually announced to a couple people that I was going to stop the SydStream at the end of the month. And then as the days went by and this tonight was approaching, I figured, you know what? I've kind of been on autopilot anyway. What's the use of dragging this out any longer, you know? Which is why it seems so sudden to some of you. But yeah, probably not within the next week or so, but I will continue to post videos for this channel. I'll just record them and upload them and do that. So, do I have anything else to say? Farewell, SydStream. Henry, I am so glad that I got to run into you here. That is definitely a bonus. No, shit. All right, so the reason I didn't want to play Stardew Valley is because I wanted to increase the odds of people seeing this part. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the fish. Y'all take care.